Hello to all you Geminis. I'm just making sure that this camera stays the way it is. Hang on there. Bear with me, you dear Geminis. First of all, it's good to see you. Well, not really seeing you, but it's good to be back. And I'm going to do some different stuff next year, but I'll talk about that later on. It's good to be back, you Geminis, and what an amazing time it is for you in October. And why? I mean, in general, of course, you can be that Gemini who says, it's not amazing for me. But, you need a personal reading then to know exactly what's going on with you. But I know that Geminis are very clever people, and they know that. So, what's up with you Geminis? Well, first of all, after your ruler last month being retrograde in your fourth house, and it was a good retrograde, you've been thinking a lot. You've been thinking a lot about trying to do some changes, probably at home as well, or that relate to the axis of home and work, because that's where the eclipses came from. And now is a month where Mercury goes direct, Venus goes direct, Mars goes direct, Jupiter goes direct, and Saturn goes direct. So this is something that a Gemini loves, because there's going to be some action. It's going to be the feeling, at least the feeling, that you're going forwards. Geminis are I really like the Geminis, because not only it's my opposite sign, I have a Sagittarius rising, but it's very energetic. It wants to explore, and then it wants to explore something else. And now you've got these energies in October that are supporting you in that way. So we all have a certain place where we can grow tremendously, expansively. And that's not only for October, but especially now in October. Why is that? For you, it is in your fifth house, which is one of my favorite houses, probably also one of your favorite houses, because it's about joy. It's about enjoying yourself. It's about kids. It's about creation. It's about hobbies. It's about restaurants, sex, cinema. It's about making music. A very good house. And there is a new moon in there on the 1st of October in Libra, in that fifth house. Now, normally, I don't talk about these new moons. But I do now, because this new moon, there is Jupiter, the planet of expansion, of meaningfulness, of expansive growth. There's Jupiter now squashed between that new moon. So it's going to continue for a very long time, this energy, whatever is started there in your fifth house. So for you Geminis, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that you will find the results straight away, but this is the energy about planting seeds. So maybe start a new hobby. And it's in Libra, so maybe through relationships, through connecting with other people, maybe you can start a new relationship. So for you Geminis who are single, this is a tremendously positive energy for starting a new relationship. And it's going to be expansive, and you are going to grow exponentially because of it. But for others, it can mean like a new business that they're going to start. And you can start very small and you can plant your seeds, but it's there. Because that's also, the fifth house is often activated a lot in solar returns and so on, when people decide to start their businesses. So this is great. It's also great to start a new creative project. So maybe for work, you're thinking about something extra. It doesn't have to be the world, but it's going to be very successful if you do so, if you start it now in October and planting the seeds there. It can also mean that you are going to do something that you express yourself a little bit more. Maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel, whatever. Whatever it is that you show yourself and who you are on a bit of a bigger relational platform as well. Maybe you have been single for ages and now you're going to, try to meet people on the internet, whatever. Maybe a lot of you will say, no, but you get the gist of it. It's a very positive energy, and especially for you because it's in a fellow air sign. So Libra is a fellow air sign of Gemini. So that's why it's so positive for you. this Jupiter in that 5th house is also going to square Pluto. Now, this happens next month, so I will be talking about that more next month, but it's going to be activated already here in October. And what do I mean by that? This is your 8th house, by the way, so where Capricorn is. So your 8th house is Capricorn, Pluto is there, and now Mars is going to be there the whole month, and it's a good Mars. And that Mars wants to act, and it wants to cut out what's not good anymore. So these 2 houses, which is the 5th house of self-expression and the 8th house of the occult, of the depths, of the deepness of the waters. So you might are working together. Although it is in a square, Mars is very positive in Capricorn, and Jupiter and Pluto together are fantastic. This is an aspect that doesn't happen so much, so it's happening now already and will have its culmination next month. But there is something about Jupiter and Pluto. It's one of my favorite aspects because it's transformation and at the same time a very big growth. So maybe you are going to do a new hobby, maybe you are going to do something brand new that you're not used to, and that makes a tremendous transformation. Or you are going to talk about 8th house stuff with other people and make something creative out of it. You might make a video, for instance, about, I don't know, the 8th house is a healing house. Maybe you're gonna make a video about healing or writing a blog or whatever. It's a good time to start it up. It doesn't have to be all finished. Again, as I said, this is energy that goes way beyond this month. But there's something about that transformational, emotional, psychological house that, and it can demand a bit of effort for you and a bit of courage, because that's Mars-Pluto conjunction. So it can, there can be a bit fear involved to do it, but you're gonna do it anyway, because this is these energies. So trying something new, it can be small, and before you even know it, you're having a lot of viewers on your blog or whatever. I'm giving this as an example. It can be totally different because these are general horoscopes. It's a bit difficult to, to be individual, but you get the gist of it, I hope. So what a creative month it is for you, Geminis, and what a possibility to transform and to have some emotional baggage that's just cut out, which is Mars in the 8th, cutting out emotional baggage, emotional luggage, doing some energy work, which healing work is also very, you giving it to others or you receiving it with the Mars there in the 8th house, certainly in Capricorn, because it's about your structure that might transform by doing shiatsu, by doing acupuncture, all these energy kind of work that is possible to do so. And then last but not least, during the second half of the month, you're going to feel that Venus there in your opposite sign in Sagittarius. And this is nice because especially when relationships were a bit more difficult, lately this Venus tries to smooth things out, but in a realistic way. Be realistic about your relationships, because this Venus in the 7th, although it is fantastic and what it means getting along better with other people, basically, it is bumping into the Saturn-Neptune square still. So it's going to bump into Saturn, it's going to square up to your Neptune there in the 10th house of work. So be very realistic when it comes to your relationships and work. So hold your integrity, have the correct boundaries with other people and with yourself, also with work, but also have the faith to go beyond what you're already doing. That's basically it. So a very interesting month for you, Geminis. It's a very positive one, and it's been a long time. I think it's the first very, very positive month of the whole year. So I enjoy it. Thank you so much for all your support that I got from you dear Geminis. Keep on sharing those videos. If you like them, just share them, spread them around. Thanks a lot for listening, and see you next month.